Hi friends, welcome to Time Python series. In this video, we're going to talk about how to set up a local FTP server and FTP client in Windows. We are going to explore two options of setting a local FTP server. One option is using IIS and the second option is using the FileZilla server. And for implementing the FTP client, we can use the WinSCP software. Why do we require to set up a local FTP server and an FTP client? You would have written some code which interacts with an FTP server and you don't have access to the remote FTP server and you want to test your code. That is a perfect scenario for setting up a local FTP server and an FTP client. Alright, let's try to explore the first option to set up an FTP server, which is using IIS. The advantage of using IIS to set up an FTP server is that you don't need to install additional third-party software because IIS is built into Windows and the FTP server is also built into Windows. So with this method, you get the advantage of installing no third-party software. Isn't that great? Alright, to use IIS to set up an FTP server, you need to first enable the IIS features. So for that, you have to click the Windows button and write turn Windows features on or off. And then you have to search for this option called Internet Information Services. Expand the FTP server. You have to make sure that you enable the FTP service feature and you have to make sure that you enable the IIS management console. So these two services should be enabled at least to create an FTP server using IIS. So I have checked these two services, FTP service and IIS management console, under the Internet Information Services section. Now since I have enabled these two required services, I'll just click OK, and now Windows will try to enable these features. Alright, that's it. Now we have enabled IIS in our Windows to host an FTP server, and it's asking for restart, but I'm not restarting now. Now my IIS is ready, so I'll just click the Windows button and I'll just write IIS, and you can see Internet Information Services application. So I'll just click on this, and now you will be presented with the IIS manager window, and here you expand your server, and here in the sites you expand your sites. By default you have a default website. Now this is not what we required, we want an FTP site. So I'll just right click on the sites and click on add FTP site. So if I click on add FTP site, it will ask me to enter the site name. I'll just write this site name as my FTP. You can write it anything and give the physical path. So in my computer, I want to give this physical path. So I'll just copy this physical path and paste the physical path here. So this is the path that will be hosted in the FTP server. That means the users can go through the files in this folder. So I have set up the physical path of the FTP server. Next, I'll click the next button. And then the IP address, if it is all unassigned, that means it's localhost 127.0.0.1 everything. So you can leave it all unassigned, or else if you want to use only localhost as a host name, you can just write localhost here. But now I'm leaving it all unassigned only. And port 21 is the default FTP port, so I want to use port 21 only. Here, this is the SSL options, where you can choose no SSL. That means your FTP site will not use any SSL. That means you will have an unencrypted traffic, which is not good. If you want to use an SSL, just click on require SSL and select the SSL which you have installed in IIS. For now, I have the IIS development certificate installed, so I'll just use that. So for this example, I'll just use require SSL. That means I'm using SSL and I'm using my local development certificate. If you have a production ready SSL certificate, then you have to use it. And then click next, and now you'll be presented with the authentication and authorization. That means who are authorized to use this FTP server. So click on basic, that means basic authentication, and it's asking who are allowed to access. So click on specific users. You can write the username of this computer which is allowed to have access to this FTP site, or else if you want all users of this computer to have access, just click on all users. That means all the user accounts in this server or computer will be able to access this FTP site. So maybe in production you want to have only one user called XYZ of this computer to have access, then you just write specified users and write XYZ. That means only XYZ Windows user can access this FTP site. So for my example, I'll just write all users. That means all the user accounts of this computer can access this FTP site. And the permission is read and write. That means they can either modify the contents of the FTP server or they can read the contents of the FTP server. And I'll just click finish. That's it. Now I have my FTP site set up in just a matter of button clicks, and it's really convenient and efficient. Now in the site section, you can see my FTP site showing up, and here if you click on this FTP site, so here you can see a lot of options which you can modify after installing the FTP server. Like FTP authentication, I have only basic authentication enabled. If you want to disable, you can disable it. And you can see authorization rules, like if I double click allow all users, you can now edit the users which have authorization, and you can even start and stop this FTP site just by right click on it and you can manage FTP site stop. The FTP site is stopped, and right click on it, manage FTP site start. So it's really simple to start and stop this FTP server also. And if you want to change the folder which is hosted in this FTP site, just right click on it, manage FTP site, advanced settings, and here you can change the physical path. And if you want to change the binding port of this FTP site, just right click on it and edit bindings, and you can change the port in which the FTP server is listening, and you can even change the IP address also. So even after you created the FTP site, it's really easy to edit the configuration of this FTP server. That's it guys. This is how you can set up a very basic FTP server using Windows IIS. Now with this setup, this folder of my computer is hosted in this FTP server. I have also given you the screenshots and steps to install IIS server in Windows. So you can go through my blog post. I will give the link of this blog post in the description. Alright, now let's jump into the second option of hosting an FTP server using FileZilla server. So to set up an FTP server using FileZilla server, you have to first download the FileZilla server exe file from the FileZilla site. So this is the link, and let's go to this link, and this is the download page for downloading the FileZilla server for Windows. And if you just click on this download button, you'll get an exe file. I've already downloaded the exe file and I'll just show you here. This is the FileZilla server setup exe file. So let's go ahead and run this exe file now. So if you run this exe file, you will be presented with a setup wizard, and you just proceed normally by clicking next. I'll just click next and next and next. You have to remember the port which you can use for administrating the server. So you have to remember this port name, which is 14148, and then you can choose to set a password during installation itself. So I'll just set up a password here. So I have set the port and I have set the password, and I'll now click next. And here it is asking whether to start FileZilla server upon system start, or you can even go to the services and start it manually. But I'm using the default one, which is start if the computer starts. So if the computer starts, the FileZilla server will also start. So click on install now, and now it will install the FileZilla server in the computer. Now the installation is completed, and you can close this window. So after you completed installing the FileZilla server, you just go to the Windows menu and write FileZilla, and here you can see administer FileZilla server. That means using this application, you can do FileZilla server administration. You can configure your FileZilla server. So first let me connect to the FileZilla FTP server which I have created just now. I'll just connect to the FileZilla FTP server, and the host is obviously the local host 127.0.0.1, and the port is 14148 which we have set just now, and the password, I have to enter the password which I have created while setting up the software, and I will say the password and click OK. So now I am connected to the FTP server which I have installed in my computer. Now I have to change which folder is hosted and what is the username password for this server, right? So that is really easy in this admin interface. You just click on this server menu, click configure, and here this is the configuration window for FileZilla server. The first thing you can see here is the FTP server section, and you can see the port binding. It is a default port 21, so I'm okay with it. If you want to change the ports, you can change here. Now let's try to see what are the users and who can log in. So go to the user section, and here I've already got a user called ABCD. Let me try to delete this user, remove, and I'll create a new user here. I'll just click on the add button, and I got a new user. Let me try to name the user ABCD. I'll just click enter, and now you have to give the folders which are hosted in this FTP server. So I'll just use this folder to host in this FTP server. So I'll just copy the path of this folder, and I'll use this path here. So first add a virtual path here. Virtual path would be /, and the native path will be the path we have just copied. Now that means this is the root folder in the FTP, but it's actually mapped to this folder in our computer. So this is the meaning of this virtual path, and the permission for this user is read and write. That means this user can read and write in this FTP server. And now let's try to set the password. Here by default user do not require a password to log in, but I want to set a password. So I'll just click on this drop down and require a password to log in, and I will write the password here. Now I have set the password also, and now I'll click OK. So now we have successfully set up the path which is hosted in the FTP server, username, password, port binding, and that's it. So we have successfully set up a server with username password in FileZilla server. It's really easy and intuitive to set up. You can see I have given the steps and screenshots in my blog post also, so you can refer that. And that's it. We have covered how to set up an FTP server using IIS or FileZilla server. Now that we have an FTP server set up, we have to test whether it's working or not, or we have to access files in that FTP server, right? So for that, we need an FTP browser or an FTP client. So the next thing we are going to cover is setting up an FTP client in Windows using WinSCP. So WinSCP is an awesome FTP client using which you can connect to an FTP server and perform operations just like File Explorer. So how to set up WinSCP is really easy. Just go to this WinSCP download link which I have given here. Here you got the download WinSCP button. It's a free software, so just download it. I've already downloaded WinSCP exe file. So just double click this exe file and now you will be presented with the WinSCP installation wizard. You just have to click accept and click next. So I'm just doing that. And that's it. You have successfully installed WinSCP. Now we have successfully installed WinSCP. So let's try to open WinSCP. I'll just click the Windows button and write WinSCP. You can see the WinSCP application here. I'll just click on it. Now WinSCP is open. First thing is I have to create a new session, right? So here I have the new session button. I'll just click on this new session button and here you'll be presented with the connection wizard. I'm trying to connect to an FTP server, so select FTP. Our setup was using an SSL certificate, so you have to use explicit encryption. So you click either no encryption or explicit encryption. So in our case we have used a development certificate, so I'm using explicit encryption. And the hostname is localhost because I have installed the server in my PC only. So hostname is localhost and the port was 21, which I have seen while installing the server. And the username was ABCD, which I have set up in the FileZilla server, and the password was the one we have set up in the server. And let me try to log in now. You can see I'm able to connect to the FTP server which we have installed just now using FileZilla. It's just like using Windows Explorer. In the left you have your PC folder and in the right you have your FTP server folder. So if you want to just move this abcd.txt to this C users folder, you just drag this and paste it here and you've got this abcd.txt in your computer from this FTP server. Or else if you want to delete it from here, just right click and delete this. So it will be deleted from this FTP server. So if I want to create a new folder, just right click and new directory, write something like new folder and click OK and a new folder is created. So using WinSCP is just like using File Explorer. You don't need any expertise to use this WinSCP server. So that's it guys. This is how to set up an FTP client in Windows using WinSCP. You can see I've already given the steps and screenshot so that you can refer while installation. So that's it guys. We have successfully learned how to install local FTP server and an FTP client very easily in Windows. For FTP server, you can use IIS or FileZilla. For FTP client, you can use WinSCP. You can see I've created a blog post on setting up FTP server and FTP client in Windows. I've given you the steps and screenshots so that you can refer it while installation and using the FTP server. I've also given you the references so that you can do further reading. So be sure to check out the link of this blog post in the description of this video. Hope you like this video guys. Thank you for watching.